As they departed Potwin, they continued northwest. In 3 days, they would join the Santa Fe. For now, they were heading to a place that they called 𝙃𝙚𝙡𝙀, near present-day Walton in Harvey County, Kansas. This was the Buffalo Chip Camp. Well, a lot's changed in 170 years. Now there's trains that go through this area. These are all wheat farms, and there's cattle that graze here. But when the Evans Cherokee Company came through here, none of this was here. I'm surrounded by trees. I'm in this little tree grove that's like a windbreak that the farmers have planted to keep the wind erosion, because the wind blows here. It's blown all day today. But in those days, there were no trees. It was Friday in May. It was the 11th day of their journey. They find themselves here at Emma Creek, just east of what is today Walton in Harvey County. O.W. Lippy with the Cherokee Company wrote a letter home saying that we make use of buffalo chips. We were obliged to use such fuel 2 nights before we reached the Santa Fe Road. Well, here we are in the area of Buffalo Chip Camp. What I see now is, again, not anything like what they describe in their diaries. There are trees here. There's roads and homesteads and farms. But then there was just prairie and buffalo chips. Here's my little home for the night, nestled in these trees. Didn't record much today. It was windy. The wind was blowing from the north, and it was blowing so hard that no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried to record it, just the wind muffled my voice so bad that I just stopped recording. I knew I'd get here tonight and hoped that I'd be able to set up and share a little bit with you. Well, some things have happened since I was in Älbing. In fact, it happened before I got to Älbing. On my way from Potwin to Älbing, that turned out to be about 12 miles, my back went out, and I was in a lot of pain. It was really bad. It's an old injury, and it flares up every once in a while, but it did went out. So I made it to Älbing, called Bob and Linda. They actually came and got me and took me to their house for the night. I was hoping that maybe my back would heal itself and I could get back on the trail the next day, but that didn't happen. My wife came and picked me up, went back home. I went to a chiropractor and was worked over, spent a couple of days at home, actually did a different trail, hiked with a friend of mine that came in from Connecticut. That video will be coming out. It was PTL, Ken and his wife Sue. They met me, and with Rerun and his dad, Rodney, and myself, the 5 of us hiked the Elk River Trail, 15-mile trail, close to my home. It was sort of a test run to see if my back was going to hold up. It did. And so today I got back on the trail, and I have made it up here to Buffalo Chip Camp. Tomorrow my plan is I will go on to Wolf Creek Camp, which was the next stop that the Evans Cherokee Company stayed, and then the following day I will go on into where the junction, where the Cherokee Trail and the Santa Fe Trail meet. And as the sun sets on the prairie, the sky is beautiful and the birds are singing, and it just seems like all is well in the world. Well, good morning. It's a cool morning. It's about 39 degrees out. For the Evans Cherokee Company, it would have been Saturday. It's Monday for me. And it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm heading out on generally the same route that they took. Big balls of barbed wire. Beautiful prairie. You want to know where your bread comes from? Well, think a farmer. Let's see. Will you come up here? Will you come up here? Huh? Come on. Come on. You would come up here, wouldn't you? I won't bother you. Here's the sign at Lauren and Christine Flaming's place. They have a beautiful field out here. Very, very pretty. There were trails all out in here. There's the Chisholm Trail comes up through here. Of course, the Cherokee Trail. Another one that he said that I'll ask him again what that trail was.
We're standing right here.
Okay.
This is, see, it's old.
Yeah.
We should scratch this. But this is the main trail. See where my trees are dead?
Yeah.
I've planted trees there 3 times.
And they won't
grow. Because the soil is pounded into nothing. Yeah.
Huh.
And what we found, when I planted those trees, we find belt buckles.
You mind if I record you?
No, go for it.
Okay.
We have found all kinds of artifacts. And then under the house, right under that house, is another trail. Kermit built the house. He said the house is directly on the trail. No, I'm not sure if it's because of this trail or the Black Beaver Trail. Brian marks the Black Beaver Trail comes right under here.
Okay, the Black Beaver Trail. That was
which turned into the Chisholm Trail.
Okay.
Changed into it.
And was it just an Indian hunting trail? Was that what it was?
Which one?
The Black Beaver.
Was an ancient trail.
Okay.
That's from ancient times. And the way that worked out, the way we got a deal from the, I don't know where she got it, but it's a historical thing from the military. The military needed to come out of Oklahoma and go to Leavenworth.
Right.
So Black Beaver says, I'll take you down the old trail. And that's where he took him down the old trail.
Yeah?
If you want to walk, we'll walk. I'll show you across.
Okay.
Around here, you can't get trees to grow, nothing there. That tree right there, a little under 6 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
It looked like a new plant. Huh.
But yeah, it's straight this way. You're out in the middle of nowhere, there's no cable.
Yeah.
Nothing hard to work on. This is where you cut your leather straps on.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what made it so big. Huh.
And every one of these has been used to cut.
Yeah.
And these are all tools, all hand carved tools.
So, yeah, it makes sense.
Every single one of these.
Huh.
Hammering tool, pounding tool, every one. They all got their edges sharpened. See, they fit in your hand like that?
Yeah.
And what started this whole thing when I planted the trees in 1988, I have my big rototiller back to tractor, and I started getting these in the rototiller. This is just our latest find. This right here is a tool for the nut. on the wagon wheel. It's broke off.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Don't know. Trail there, Black Beaver Trail, and then Chisholm Trail, right through all of this. And they camped here. To get their water, they came along here. You kind of see the path, yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Goes along here, and that washed out, of course. And it went out. See the flat on that side of the water?
Yep.
It went out
went
and
up
then went
through
like
there,
that,
and
and then
then
that's where Brian has the trail.
Cutting
marked.
back through there.
And look at the trees. We found, see, these are on the trail. Brian and I and Christine found trees, oh, about 200 yards that way. It's 14 foot wide at the base. You should have pictures of that. Christine standing, and it just fell over, but it's 14 feet wide. So every one of these is, I think, is a marker, I would assume.
Well, this is a real treat. I get to walk across this. It's maybe hard for the camera to pick it up, but walking out here, try to get in the middle of this thing so you can see the swell. They are big.
Them little ones there, they're just not even a year old yet.
Huh.
That bull in the middle there,
Yep.
he's, I'm thinking he might be 5 this year.
No kidding. How long do they keep growing?
Oh, that was probably 7, 8 years.
Well, it was Saturday, the 12th day of their journey, and they arrived here in this location. This is called Wolf Camp. Now, sitting behind me is Emma Creek. Actually, sitting behind me is my tent, but behind my tent is Emma Creek, and there's a whole legend and a story that goes around that. Brian Stuckey's the president of the Friends of the Cherokee Trail in Kansas, and Brian was just here visiting with me and told me the story of Emma behind Emma Creek. Emma was a young lady, very beautiful, and she apparently is buried near here by the banks of the Emma Creek. The Emma Creek has 3 different tributaries that comes out from it, 3 different fingers that come out from Emma Creek. This is one of them that's here. Just on south of me here is where they believe that Emma is buried. All the record says is that this beautiful young lady died on the way to California in 1849. Well, what other trail would there be to take you to California in 1849 except for the Cherokee Trail? So this is one of those things that is sort of a mystery behind it, and so there it is, Emma Creek. Well, I'm about 1 mile south of present-day Goesel, that's near the Marion-McPherson County lines. 6 miles south of Goesel in Marion County is a monument that commemorates the proximity of the Cherokee Trail. The Evans Cherokee Company passed through the northeast corner of Harvey County and the southwest corner of Marion County. And in this area, the trail was noted on later survey maps as the Fort Smith, Arkansas to California Road.